Welcome into the Pacers Sports Network. If you're just tuning in, we had a little technical difficulties over here at the athletic department, but we're underway now. We've got an exciting one in store for you today, this afternoon. We've got Huntingdon and your William Peace Pacers in the quarterfinal matchup of the USA South tournament. So far, it's been all William Peace until right there. Pacers up 6-2 by 4 with 6:52 to go here in the first quarter. Baker out to Daniels, left wing, pump fake inside, a two, drilled it. Pacers with the energy early in this one. The number 1 seed in the Eastern Division of the USA South coming into the tournament. Huntingdon number 4 in those rankings. Shoemaker around the pick. A deep two beyond the free throw line, way strong, rebounded by Khadijah Daniels. She'll bring it up, get it to Baker on the right wing. Three-pointer, Baker, way strong. Both teams fighting for the rebound. Sanders in there, and Baker makes contact as she hits the floor. Here with 6:16 to go here from the Herm. Pacers lead the way 8-2 so far in this quarterfinal matchup of the USA South tournament. Now we will have a substitution. India Lawrence will check in. Khadijah Daniels, Baker, Lauren Cross, Eva Holloway, and Jamisha Sanders, your 5 out there right now for the Pacers. As the pass goes into Lawrence, fresh off the bench for Huntingdon. The Hawks, and now a trap for back, and now a pass and a 2 by Rye Whetstone. And that'll be 2 back-to-back buckets there for the Hawks, and the Pacers will bring this up with under 6 minutes to go. 5:55 on the clock here in the first quarter. Baker over to Daniels, top of the key, pick from Sanders. Daniels goes up the right lane, well long on the layup attempt. Well contested there by the Hawks as they'll bring this one up. And now a pump fake and a pass inside, intercepted by Baker. Some contact, no whistle blown. Coach Graham Smith, the USA South Coach of the Year for the Pacers, was definitely looking for a foul call there. A lot of firsts here this week for the Pacers since beating Greensboro last week to conclude their regular season and to secure the regular season title in the Eastern Division of the USA South. And now a walk here on Lawrence. And that'll be a quick turnover there. 8-4 your score. Pacers up 4 with 5.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Lauren Cross will call a quick play. Pass over to Daniels on the right side. Baker right corner. Bounce pass inside. Right block Sanders. In and out. No good. It looked like it was going to fall, but she got a bad roll. And that'll be out and into the hands of Cassidy Crawford, sophomore from Birmingham, Alabama, here for Huntingdon. Huntingdon rocking red uniforms here today. Pacers rocking white. And now a 3 from the left corner, short and rebounded by Baker. The Pacers will be taking it to our left. Huntingdon to the right, and now Daniels converts a bucket. And now timeout Huntingdon. A lot of energy here early in the Herm on the Pacers side of things. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back on the Pacers Sports Network. It'll be Huntingdon ball coming out of the Huntingdon timeout. Just a short break right there. 4:54 left on the clock here in the first quarter. Pacers have led it the whole way so far with just about 5 minutes in this one ticked off the clock. They lead at 10-4 and almost intercepted there, but recovered by Rye Whetstone. And now Eva Holloway in the mix trying to steal it away, and now recovered again by Smith. And then a pass down to Shayonica Thomas. And she'll convert the shot right there. Thomas for Huntingdon, a first-team Western Division player. She was honored this past week, first-team All-West. So now the Pacers lead by 4. Lob pass into a wide-open Sanders. Misses short on the layup attempt, and this is rebounded by none other than Shayonica Thomas on that first-team All-West Division for the USA South. Now on the other end, that'll be Cassidy Crawford, sophomore from Birmingham, Alabama, making this a 2-point game. Pacers still lead it by 2. They've led the whole way at now 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Eva Holloway sharp over the head pass inside. Daniels and 1. (12-8), Pacers up 4, and now Khadijah Daniels with an opportunity to make it 5. Now some substitutions. Sydney Austin and Mariah Parton will check in for the first time today for the Pacers. Jamisha Sanders and Sierra Baker will check out. So now Daniels releases the shot. First and only free throw attempt right there on the and one, and she gets it. And now Pacers lead 5. We were 13-8 your score, 3:50 to go. Pass down to Whetstone. Whetstone handoff to Lawrence. Lawrence guarded by Daniels. One of the 2 seniors here for the Pacers. Michaela Ray, the other senior, will not be in today. Now shot missed from the right corner and 2. And now a double dribble on Whetstone, and it'll be Pacer ball following a Huntingdon turnover. Lauren Cross dribbles it up the floor for the Pacers. A pass into Eva Holloway inside the arc. Good defense here by Crawford. Holloway still with it, trying to find some space. She loses it out of bounds in the right corner down there in front of the locker room. And now with 3:19, it'll be Huntingdon ball. Pacers in a full court press. Now Daniels almost steals it away. Crawford will recover it. And now pass down the floor to Whetstone and now to Lawrence. Lawrence will hang on to it. She'll call the play and she'll allow the Hawks offense to reset. Back to Lawrence it goes after a quick pass to Whetstone, and now this is tipped by Daniels. As Daniels brings it up for the Pacers after the turnover, she goes up, and that's what I thought would maybe be a jump ball, and it's actually going to be a travel on Khadijah Daniels, and so that'll be a Pacer turnover, sending it right back over to Huntingdon. Huntingdon 13-13 overall this season. They're 11-5 in conference. And now tipped out of bounds, Sydney Austin. Pacers starting out hot on both sides of the ball so far. 13-8, they lead it by 5 with 2:46 to go. Mariah Parton will guard the inbound pass that goes to Lawrence. Lawrence, top of the key, calls a play. She's guarded by Daniels. Lawrence up the right lane. Still with Daniels. Daniels sticking with it. A shot by Lawrence, well short. Good defense, maybe even tipped by Khadijah Daniels, one of the 2 seniors here this season for the Pacers. This will be last touch by one of the Pacer defenders down low. It'll remain Huntingdon ball. Mariah Parton hops up and down to guard the pass. This one goes into Smith, out beyond the arc, and now over to Lawrence, right side. Now around a pick from Whetstone, and now stolen away. Pass intended for Whetstone. Sydney Austin brings it up all by herself. Bounce pass to Lauren Cross out on the right wing. And now right back to Sydney Austin. Low block. Misses the layup attempt, and this will be Shayonica Thomas to come down with it. Lawrence to Whetstone. Whetstone a contested 2-pointer, a deep one, and that's no good, and rebounded by Lauren Cross. 1:55 to go here in the first quarter. Sydney Austin gets fouled down low before passing it away to Eva Holloway, so it'll be a foul on the floor. Pacers scoreless in the last minute 58. To look to change that right here. They do still have the lead. They've led it the whole way so far at 13-8 currently. Parton a pass out to Lauren Cross beyond the arc on the right wing. She's guarded by Osteen, and now over to Sydney Austin. Handoff to Holloway. Juke to the left, pulls back to the right, back to Austin. Goes up the right lane. Good defense here from Osteen, and now that's going to be a turnover on Sydney Austin. Now 1:35 to go, and a substitution, Nautica Smiley the 5'6" guard, freshman from Asheville, North Carolina. She will check in for the first time today here in this USA South quarterfinal matchup between your Pacers and Huntingdon College. Osteen, a pass down low. Intended for Thomas, tipped out of bounds by Sydney Austin. That's the second of those she's tipped out of bounds so far today. Good defense from her early. It'll remain Huntingdon ball, a pass out beyond the left wing. Smith and Sydney Austin tips it away again. Good defense here early from Austin off the Pacer bench. She's usually one of the first in reserve off the Pacer bench. Cross Parton and now to Holloway right corner. Good movement. Now a juke move, cross drives straight up the gut, a little strong. And this will be tipped out of bounds. Last touch by one of the Hawks defenders down low, so it'll stay here with the Pacers with 1:04 to go. 20 on the shot clock here in this possession for the Pacers. Pass into Holloway. She takes a quick catch and shoot two from the right corner. And that's going to be out of bounds at 1 minute even. Remaining on the clock, it'll be Huntingdon ball. Last touch by one of the Pacers. Now raw pass in front of the crowd. This will be Kelsey Smith. She's guarded by Eva Holloway. Billing with it after the pass from Smith. Misses the deep two just inside the arc. 39 seconds remaining in regulation here in the first quarter. Holloway out the cross through the midcourt logo. Cross to Parton. Parton will hang on to it, give it to Cross near the midcourt logo. Cross will take a glance at Graham Smith. Now Cross gets called for the offensive foul after Kelsey Smith hits the floor. And a tight defensive play from Kelsey Smith, freshman guard from Birmingham, Alabama. And with 20 seconds to go in the first quarter, it'll be Huntingdon ball. Whether they hang on to it for the last possession, and that won't be the case. As Shionica Thomas puts it in. Now 8 seconds to go here in regulation. Cross with it. Pick from Austin. Cross goes around it. Pull up jumper. Got it! Buzzer expires, and that's a loud and energetic way to end the first quarter. That's been all Pacer lead. And it's now 15-10. Pacers up 5. Pacers getting it done on both sides of the ball here early. We're going to take a short break, and we'll get the second quarter started right here on the Pacer Sports Network. So many firsts this season for the Pacers, specifically in the last week as we get ready to start the second quarter right here on the Pacer Sports Network. Pacers come into this when not only did they win the Eastern Division regular season championship here in the USA South after last week's regular season conclusion against Greensboro in what was a thriller. Pacers ended up winning 76-9, but it went all the way down to the final buzzer. They also are nationally ranked in Division III, WBCA Top 25 poll in Division III. They are ranked number 25 for the first time in program history. And Coach Graham Smith is the USA South Coach of the Year, and that's the first time in program history that the Pacers have had a coach win that honor. We're going to get into that a little bit more throughout the game and some of the other things the Pacers have done this season, but right now it'll be Pacer ball as we get the second quarter started. Cross a pass into Sanders. Sanders back in off the Pacer bench. She's started for the Pacers, and she gets right back to it and puts the Pacers up 7 at 17-10. Pacers in a full court press. Intense defense here early for the Pacers, specifically Sydney Austin, who's had a lot of tips out of bounds and tips for interceptions and turnovers, and just really good defense so far for the Pacers. A bucket there on that trip down for Huntingdon. A three from the top of the key. Sanders That would have been back-to-back buckets, a miss, and now Sydney Austin recovers it, so fresh shot clock here for the Pacers. Austin fouled, takes the shot as she gets bumped in the side. That foul will be on Kelsey Smith. And that'll send Sydney Austin to the line for the first time here today. Pacers a 73.8% shooting team for the line. And Sydney Austin adds to that percentage right there. That was their regular season total percentage from the charity stripe at 73.8%. Austin hits both of them right there, bang, bang, and that'll put the Pacers up 19-12 here with almost a minute clicked off here in the second quarter. Long pass cross court, and now inside to India Lawrence, and yet another tip. And now a turnover as Nautica Smiley will bring this up for the Pacers. Under 9 minutes to play here in the second quarter in the first half. And now both teams on the floor. Khadijah Daniels comes up with it, calls timeout. Good aggression here early for the Pacers to maintain the lead the entire way so far. 19-12 your score, 8:50 to go here in the second quarter. A little more about some of the things the Pacers have done here in the last week or so, as they are ranked nationally for the first time in program history in the WBCA NCAA Division III Top 25 Coaches Poll. The Pacers finished their season 22-3, 15-1 in conference, and really just pretty much the best season that the Pacers have ever had so far. So it'll be Pacer ball here as we get things going back in the second quarter. 8:45 to go. Austin over to Sanders. Sanders, a deep two from the left side, no good. And that'll be Billen that comes down with the rebound and gets it quickly to Cassidy Crawford. Crawford trying to shake Parton, and now that'll be a foul on Mariah Parton after bumping in to Crawford just a little too closely there. There will be a foul on the floor. Inbound pass goes to Alina Shoemake. And now Shayonica Thomas will get a quick bucket to cut the Pacer lead to 5 at 19-14 with 8:15 to go. Shayonica Thomas, a first-team all-conference in the West Division there for Huntingdon College, as Jamisha Sanders misses another deep two from the left side. And now with 8 minutes in the second quarter remaining, it'll be Huntingdon ball. A pump fake from the left side and a bounce pass in. Thomas with the assist right there, and another bucket for Huntingdon as they now have it down to 3. Building a little bit of momentum to start the second quarter. That was Billen on that layup. That was her first bucket of the day, and also assist number 1 for Shayonica Thomas. And now Nautica Smiley loses it out of bounds. And that'll send things right back over to Huntingdon. And now with the 3, they have an opportunity to tie things up at 19 all. That'd be the first time since the opening tip that things have been knotted up. Shoemake guarded by Daniels on the right side, goes around a pick from Billen. Billen receives the pass, goes up for a 2, blocked by Sanders, tipped in the hands of Parton. Parton will bring this up for the Pacers. Parton to Daniels. Daniels on the right side, down in the right corner. Parton with it near the midcourt logo. Pick from Sanders. Parton kicks out to Daniels. Pump fake on the right side. Drive in by Daniels. Good move by Khadijah Daniels, senior, for the Pacers as she puts the lead back to 5, 21-16, with 6:50 to go here in the second quarter. And now a quick bucket from Keturah Billen, and that'll cut things back to 3 yet again. 21-18, Pacers lead it. They've led the whole way so far in this quarterfinal matchup of the USA South tournament here at the Herman Athletic Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. And Jamisha Sanders, another in and out job right there, as it looked like it was gonna fall, but came out. And so the lead will stay right where it is at 21-18. Alina Shoemake drives in, and she'll get fouled. That one will be on Khadijah Daniels. As now Sierra Baker will check back in. Baker, one of the starters here today for the Pacers. Quick catch and shoot, a wild three, air ball out of bounds. That by Alina Shoemake. 21-18 the score here with 6:10 left in the second quarter. Cross finds Daniels on the left side. She's guarded by Billen. Baker inside to Sanders, left block, it's short two, no good. Jamisha Sanders struggling to find her shot here this quarter. Billen receives the pass. She's on the left block. Sanders on defense. Goes off the foot of Billen. No kick ball called. Shoemake receives it. Drives in. And now and one, Cassidy Crawford. And that'll cut the lead to one, 21-20. And with one free throw made here, she could knock this thing up for the first time since the opening tip when it was 0-0. Here with 5:35 to go in the second quarter, it's been mostly Huntingdon after what was an explosive start for the Pacers, where they pretty much owned the first quarter. It's been the opposite here in this one, as now that free throw goes through for Cassidy Crawford. And what's been mostly a Huntingdon-dominated second quarter, it's tied up now at 21 all. Cross takes a deep two right in the face of Cassidy Crawford, who knotted things up for Huntingdon, and now Pacers back with a 2-point lead. Lauren Cross on that two. She's got 4 points. And now a wide open lane, but opportunity missed as Alina Shoemake a little too strong in the layup attempt. But it looks like it'll stay down here with Huntingdon on the right side of us at the scorers table. Pass into Shoemake. Shoemake receives the pass here from Crawford. Pass down low, and now a foul on a foul on Khadijah Daniels down low on the right block. That'll be a foul on the floor, so no free throws awarded, as now Mariah Parton will check in for Daniels. Foul number 2 right there for Daniels, the senior guard for the Pacers. Thomas, 2, no good. But rebounded there by Billen. Thomas kicks out to Billen. Billen on the right side, no good. Parton comes down with it. Good defense there on the Pacers, as Huntingdon almost looked for sure that they had an easy bucket that would have tied it up yet again. Pacers still lead by 2. Sanders receives the pass, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Jamisha Sanders. Coach Graham Smith disagrees completely with the call. However, the call will stand regardless. Jamisha Sanders will check out. Pacers still lead by 2, but Huntingdon has really had most of the momentum so far this quarter, as we now have 4:25 left till we get to halftime here from the Herm. Pacers, the number 1 seed in the Eastern Division. Huntingdon, number 4. Now a bucket and a foul. That'll tie things up at 23-23. Alexis Oseen, senior guard from Dresden, Tennessee, on that bucket. And now she's got an opportunity to give Huntingdon their first lead of the game. Way off to the right, so the score will stay right where it is at 23 all. 4 minutes to play, just over 4 minutes. Pick from Sydney Austin. Cross goes around it. She's guarded by Shoemake. Takes a three. Good answer from Lauren Cross. And that'll put the Pacers up 3 as they respond. Now a drive in on the right side. Alina Shoemake. Blocked by Sydney Austin. Huntingdon ball, but the Pacers, specifically Sydney Austin, with such a defensive presence so far in this game, as she's just had tip after block after tip after block out of bounds. And now this tipped again by Austin. This one recovered by the Pacers. Baker with it. They lead 3. Baker pump fake. Eva Holloway gets swallowed up by the defense. Cross, 3. Yes! Timeout Huntingdon. .3:17 to go. And Sydney Austin, complete dominance on the defensive side of the ball. And now 2 clutch buckets there by Lauren Cross. Puts the Pacers up 6, 29-23. In what had been a little bit of a quiet quarter so far for the Pacers. I mean, they've still been in it and they've led here and there. It's been tied up a few times, but really this little burst right there in the last minute or two, that's the first time since the first quarter that we've seen that type of energy and just explosion from the Pacers. And so now they lead it by 6, 29-23, and they'll look to keep that momentum going after just putting a jolt into the crowd and a jolt into the bench. Sydney Austin, what a game so far on defense, as her fingerprints are all over it on the defensive side of the ball. She guards the current ball holder, India Lawrence, on the right side. Pass down low, back out to Thomas. Thomas, a jumper, gets it to go just in front of the free throw line, and that'll cut things back to 4. Pacers still lead it 29-25. Just under 3 minutes to go, 2:50 to be exact here in the second quarter from the Herm. And now some type of foul against the Pacers. That's going to look like it's going to be against Lauren Cross, some type of push. And so now with 2:47 to go, Pacers still lead by 4, 29-25. Lawrence receives the inbound pass. She'll be guarded by Parton. A quick pass down low, and Thomas misses the layup attempt. It'll be Cross to bring things back up with 2.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. She brings it up and around. Pass to Baker. Baker on the left side. Guarded by Shoemake. Now over to Parton. Parton guarded by Billen. Inside, Austin too strong, but she gets fouled as her momentum carried that ball just a little too strong, but she will get 2 free throws right here. As now Nautica Smiley checks in place of Mariah Parton. It'll be Destiny Cross, freshman from Meridianville, Alabama, checking in. She'll check in for Shianika Thomas, the one and only player from Huntingdon that was named to the Western Division First Team USA South. Pacers with 4 players that were recognized this week from the USA South. We'll get into that probably during halftime, as it's now 30-25. Sydney Austin hitting only 1 of her 2 free throws, and now a pass. Pass wild out of bounds. And so it'll be Pacer ball after the Huntingdon turnover. .2:16 to go. Pass goes into Sydney Austin. Austin gets it to Cross. Cross takes a deep 3. Got it! Lauren Cross just shot after shot after shot. And that puts the Pacers up 8, 33-25. with 2 minutes remaining in the half. Now on the other end, Billin way too strong on the layup cross. The long pass down to Baker. Baker. And that's going to be a blocking foul. Now a substitution here for Huntingdon. That'll be Cassidy Crawford checking in.
But the officials told me that if the offense initiates contact, then it's offensive foul.
First free throw from Baker crawls in. 1 of 1 there from the line. They'll make it a 9-point game, 34-25. In favor of the Pacers, and the second free throw does the same, and the Pacers have their first double-digit lead of the day at 35-25 thanks to 2 free throws made there for Sierra Baker. A minute 42 to go. Cassidy Crawford with it, guarded by Cross. Crawford dish, and now up to the top of the key, Cross. Now a jump ball. It's going to stay here with Huntingdon with a minute 28 to go.
You got 7 seconds on the shot clock.
India Lawrence will be the one to receive the ball from the official. She'll pass it in to Osteen. Osteen. Cross goes in on the right blocking Cross. Destiny Cross for Huntingdon will cut into the Pacer lead just a bit. 35-27. Pacers still lead 8. With a minute 10 to go here in the first half. Almost stolen away by Billin. Recovered by Austin. Austin, jumper too strong. She gets her own miss. Puts it in. No foul on the contact. Misses again. And this will be Billin who brings it up and gets to Lawrence with under a minute to play here in the first half. 35-27 to score. And now an and 1 for Billin. And with 48.4 seconds to go, the bucket will be good, and 1 free throw coming up here for Keturah Billin. Free throw good for Billin, and that'll cut things to 5. Pacers still lead it, 35-30. They led most of the way. Huntingdon has had a few leads this quarter as well. 40 seconds to go. Pass in, and now a foul. Kiera Williams from High Point, North Carolina. A freshman forward, standing about 6'2", will go to the line for 2 shots. This will be her first attempts of the day. First shot from Williams, too strong, so 0 of 1 there. Pacers still lead by 5, 35-30, 35.9 seconds left here in the second quarter. Second shot good for Williams, she goes 1 of 2. Now the Pacers lead 6 with 35 seconds remaining in the half. Lawrence will bring it up, 30 seconds to go. 21 on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock. Pull-up jumper Lawrence, it bounces up off the iron. No good. Rebound by Cross, and the putback no good. 17 seconds to go. Shot clock down for the Pacers. 10 seconds. Cross with it. She hit a nice one to end the last quarter. She goes through the left lane, goes up, and she gets it again. 3 seconds. Lawrence with it. She doesn't get the shot off in time, and the Pacers head to halftime up 38-30. Lauren Cross with the last bucket to both end the first quarter and the second quarter, as she's having a heck of a game on the offensive side of the ball. Sydney Austin having a similar game on the defensive side of the ball, and that's going to do it for the first half here on the Pacers Sports Network and the Herm Herman Athletic Center here on the campus of William Peace University. Pacers lead at 38-30 in the quarterfinal matchup of the USA South tournament. We'll be back here shortly, and we'll get the second half started right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Pacers Sports Network as we prepare to get things going here in the second half of play in this quarterfinal matchup between your William Peace Lady Pacers and the Huntingdon Hawks in this quarterfinal matchup of the USA South Conference Tournament. Pacers come into this one a #1 seed here in the Eastern Division. Meanwhile, Huntingdon, their opponent, is #4 in the West Division. Pacers lead at 38-30 currently in what was mostly a Pacer-dominated, I don't want to say completely Pacer-dominated first half. It was a Pacer-dominated first quarter, and then Huntingdon really kind of took that momentum and ran with it in the second quarter, and then the Pacers kind of took it back in the last stretch there in the second quarter to take us to halftime. First bucket there from Lauren Cross, too strong. She gets her own miss. Fresh shot clock here for the Pacers. Eva Holloway around a pick from Jamisha Sanders. Khadijah Daniels receives the pass. She picks up the dribble. A little strong on that. Eva Holloway not able to get the rebound, and this will be Huntingdon's first crack at it this half. They're taking it to the left. They're on your screen, and William Peace will be taking it to the right. William Peace wearing white uniforms, Huntingdon wearing red. And now a pass in. Falls in, and Rye Whetstone gets the first bucket of the half by Huntingdon. 9:08 to go, and now Khadijah Daniels drives in and gets fouled. So she'll go to the line for 2 shots from the free throw line. William Peace coming into this game ranked nationally #25 in the WBCA D3 Top 25 poll. This is the first time in the program's history that they've ever been ranked. And then also another first, Coach Graham Smith, who leads the Pacers this week, just a few days ago, received the honor of USA South Coach of the Year. This is the first time in William Peace, another first in program history, that the coach has won the USA South Coach of the Year. And it's interesting because Graham Smith was actually predicted in the preseason poll by the coaches that he would finish 4th in the Eastern Division of the USA South. And then, you know, we know the rest. He ended up finishing 1st. So a good story there for Graham Smith as he's really turned things around here, as now the Pacers lead 8 after 2 made free throws there by Whetstone on the other end. Whetstone, a jump shot made. That'll cut the Pacer lead to 6. Daniels around the horn to Holloway. Holloway left side finds Baker. Baker around to the right side. Right corner, Daniels receives it. Sanders on the pick. Daniels goes up. No good on the layup attempt. No foul. No whistle blown. Pacers up by 6, 40-34. Just over 8 minutes to play. 8:10 on the third quarter clock. Now a bucket good. With 8 minutes remaining, Pacer lead has been cut to 4. As Huntingdon starting off the third quarter, much like they started the second. And they cut into the Pacer lead that I believe was about 7 to begin the second quarter. Eva Holloway with a jumper, good. And that's the first field goal here for the Pacers in the half. 42-36, Pacers up 6. Jamisha Sanders guards the pass, and now a pass down low, too strong there for Whetstone. Rebounded and taken up by Daniels. Daniels to Sanders. Sanders goes up the right side. Wide open lane. Sanders finally gets something going as she came up a little cold in the second quarter, and she gets things started off on the right note here in the third. That'll put the Pacers back up 8. 44-36, 7:08 to go. A step back 2, good shot there, but too strong there from Alina Shoemake. Put back no good for Billen. And this will be Lauren Cross. She'll bring things around as she often does, and she'll slow the pace just a little bit here for the Pacers. Sanders sacks for a pick. Cross goes around it, pulls up, gets it. Cross having a heck of a game. Bucket and points number 17 there for Lauren Cross. She leads scoring here for the Pacers. First attempt no good, but Whetstone puts it back in. Cross with it. Pass down to the right side, three-point attempt. Got it, nothing but net. Sierra Baker. Pacers back up double digits for the first time since late in the second quarter. They're up 11. This is the largest lead of the game for the Pacers. Previously was 10. Now a down low move and shot no good from Alina Shoemake. Daniels on the rebound. Lauren Cross, here she comes. Got it! Pacers up 13. Timeout Huntingdon. Pacers up 13, 51-38 with 5:40 to go here in the third quarter. Largest lead of the game so far for the Pacers, as they started off in the first quarter with so much momentum, and then Huntingdon kind of stole it back in the second quarter, and then William Peace took it right back to take us to halftime, and they pick up right where they left off. Not only do the Pacers come into this ranked number 25 nationally, their first national ranking ever in program history. Coach Graham Smith getting the first USA South Coach of the Year honor in program history for the Pacers. The Pacers also had 4 Pacers that were honored, that were named honorees by the USA South. Michaela Ray, a senior who is not active today. She's one of 2 seniors. It's her and Khadijah Daniels. Ray was a senior from Asheville. She was named to the USA South First Team East Division. Lauren Cross, a sophomore in this squad, she was named to USA South Second Team East Division. Jamisha Sanders was named USA South Second Team in the Eastern Division. And Eva Holloway, a sophomore, was named to the USA South All Sportsmanship Team. So the honors just keep piling in for the Pacers this week, with what really started with an amazing season at 22-3, the most wins that the Pacers have had in the regular season in program history, and then just an avalanche after that win last weekend to secure the East Division regular season title, as Sydney Austin misses her attempt, and Graham Smith looking for a foul call, doesn't get one. Pacers still up 11, and now whistle blown as Alina Shoemake will go up with it. She'll get 2 free throws and have an opportunity to cut things back down to single digits, as it's currently at 51-40 with 4:49 to play. First shot good for Shoemake, and so she goes through her second free throw routine. Shot up and a little strong, rebounded by Sydney Austin. So Shoemake, 1 of 2 right there. That'll cut things to 10 for the Pacer lead, 51-41 with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Baker to Austin. Austin drives up the right side. A little too strong. Back-to-back misses for Austin, who's been a force defensively. Offensively, she only has 3 points. First shot no good, and now Austin a foul on Whetstone as she goes back up for a second attempt. Bucket good, that'll cut things to 8. And now Whetstone, sophomore guard, 5'9" from Rockford, Alabama, will have an opportunity to cut it to 7 with the made free throw right here. Shot bounces around, but gets a good crawl, and that'll cut things to 7, 51-44, as Huntingdon picks up a little momentum in the last minute or 2 of play. Cross around a pick from Eva Holloway on the left side, takes a jumper, comes up empty that time. She's hit so many shots like that today already, both from 2 and 3. Pass cross court. Lawrence with it. Parton on the defense. Good tight defense from Parton. Lawrence, wild shot, no good. The battle for the rebound. Whetstone comes up, but Whetstone gets blocked. And now whistle blown. We'll see who it's on. That's going to be a foul. That's going to be on Billen. Kiera Williams will check back in for the first time this half for the Pacers. The freshman forward from High Point, North Carolina, a product of High Point Central High School right there in the Triad 4A Piedmont Triad Conference. Baker pass to Parton. Parton on the right side. Picks up the dribble, almost a travel, but she gets the pass off in time. Pick from Sydney Austin, dish off to Baker. And now that's going to be an offensive foul. There's now Shayonica Thomas, senior forward from Hope Hall, Alabama, and also named to the USA South first team Western Division. She'll check back in here for the Hawks. Lawrence with it, guarded by Daniels. Shot good. Shayonica Thomas, fresh off the Huntingdon bench, puts one right in. And that'll cut the Pacer lead to just 5 now, the lowest it's been in quite a while, 51-46. 2:55 to go in the third quarter. Austin dishes to Holloway, Holloway to Daniels. Sydney Austin back to Daniels. Daniels a lob inside. Kiera Williams goes up and gets the roll. That'll cut it back, or put it back out to 53-46. Almost 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Pacers still leading, but Huntingdon in hot pursuit. And now a drive in. They're going to call a travel. Now I believe that is Lauren Cross, who went down hard on the knee. I didn't want to make a call before I knew who exactly it was, but it is in fact Lauren Cross. But she does jog off to the Pacer bench, so that is a sign of relief. Whether we see her again today, I assume has yet to be determined. But I assume they're going to do everything they can to get her back in, as she does lead scoring today for the Pacers with 17 points. She's 7 of 11 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. So definitely the lead player offensively for the Pacers. So we'll see what happens there and keep you updated. Meanwhile, it'll be Pacers ball, 53-46 to score, and now stolen away by Thomas, and it'll be Huntingdon bringing it up with 2:08 to go. Lawrence goes up, gets blocked, and now both teams battling for it, and it'll be a jump ball. And it'll stay here with Huntingdon, as Lawrence will head out of bounds and set things up for the inbound pass. Pass goes out to Kelsey Smith. Smith over to Thomas. Thomas not expecting it, loses it. Sanders, Eva Holloway on the other end, goes up, layup short. Thomas loses it, and back to Khadijah Daniels. Daniels drives in on Thomas, gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up for Khadijah Daniels with 1:45 to go here in the third quarter. The substitution now, Alexis Osteen.
The shot goes to 20, you went to 30 on that one. Had she not caught the ball, I got to stop it.
You got to go box out 15.
Khadijah Daniels at the line now for 2 shots. She's got 12 points. She's second in scoring behind Lauren Cross with 17. First shot no good for Daniels. That 12 points coming on 4 of 7 shooting from the field. She hasn't taken any attempts from 3, but she is 4 of 5 from the free throw line following that miss. Now she misses again, 0 for 2 there. And now jump ball, that'll go to the Pacers. As Huntingdon was the last one to receive it on the jump just a little while ago. Eva Holloway sets up for the inbound pass, finds Daniels at the top of the key. Nautica Smiley, handoff from Daniels. We'll go back to Daniels, right side. Kiera Williams gets it to Daniels. Daniels drives in. Lawrence falls to the ground, no whistle blown. I would have expected at least one way or another we would have gotten a whistle there, but nothing called. And Daniels puts it in and puts the Pacers at a 9-point lead, 55-46. Bill and strong jumper off the back iron. Daniels with it. And Daniels will kick it to Smiley, and Smiley will hold it near the midcourt logo, call a quick play, as we are now under a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Back to Daniels, left side. Williams back to Daniels. Daniels with it, 5-8 on the shot clock. Into Smiley. Smiley right up and on the right block. Pacers up 11, back to a double-digit lead, 39 seconds to go. Lawrence brings it up for Huntingdon slowly, no rush apparent here for Huntingdon. Lawrence back with it. Bill on top of the key, guarded by Sanders. 25 seconds, 15 on the shot clock. Smith, a shot from Whetstone, 2, off the back iron, crawls in, gets the good roll. Shot clock down, 12 seconds to go in regulation, third quarter. Now 8 seconds, Khadijah Daniels with it. Kiera Williams set for a pick. Daniels goes around it. Daniels, the similar play, and they're going to call an offensive foul on that one. A similar play as it was just a few possessions ago when there was no whistle blown either way. And now with 2.5 seconds to go and an 11-point Pacer lead. Lawrence will let this roll as far as she can. She'll let it go past midcourt, picks it up, gets the shot off in time, but well long off the top of the backboard, and that will do it for a wild third quarter. Lauren Cross up and moving, so she'll likely come back in. We'll be right back on the Pacer Sports Network, and we'll get the fourth quarter going. You're not going to want to miss this. Don't go anywhere. Right here on the Pacer Sports Network. Welcome back into Herman Athletic Center right here on the small campus of William Peace University right here in downtown Raleigh. It's been a good one so far for the Pacers. They lead at 57-48. Lauren Cross back in to start the fourth quarter after what was a scary situation to say the least, as she went down just a handful of minutes before ending the third quarter, and she went down, she drove in and landed straight on her knee. And she was down for quite a while, and you wondered if she was maybe going to be done. As there's a bucket for Huntingdon, they cut it to 7. You wondered if Cross, as she brings it up now, you wondered if she was going to be done, maybe not even for today, but potentially longer, depending on what the Pacers do in these playoff situations. So good to see her back out there, as she does lead the Pacers offensively with 17 points. It's the first attempt of the quarter. Kiera Williams no good. Pacers still lead 57-50. They've led most of the way. A wild shot by Billen. Daniels lob pass down to Cross. Cross almost loses it. She takes a three. Big one. No good there. She's hit quite a few of those today. Lawrence with it, left side. Now good block and steal by Kiera Williams. Williams quickly dishes to Cross as they cross the midcourt logo. Pacers scoreless in the last minute 33 of play. Pass to Eva Holloway, Holloway to Daniels. Daniels drives on the right side, goes up, and stolen right out of her hands as she goes up with it. Coach Smith looking for a foul, doesn't get one. Lawrence, the one with the steal. Lawrence wide open from two, gets it to go, and that will cut the Pacers lead to 5, 57-52, with 8 minutes and 17 seconds to go. Here in what's been a wild, mostly Pacer-led quarterfinal USA South tournament matchup. Sanders receives the pass, drives in, takes it back out to Cross. Cross 3 of 5 from 3, missing one just a moment ago. She pulls out, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here's a three, Cross, short. And Lawrence for Huntingdon will come up with it. Osteen pass down to the left side. Whetstone goes up. Coach Huff looking for a foul, doesn't get one. Now Kiera Williams will check out after a wild pass, a forced pass. As Coach Graham Smith will call for his players to just slow it up and relax just a bit, as they have clearly tensed up in the last few minutes of play since opening the quarter. Their lead cut to 5, and now missed free throw there into the hands of Jamisha Sanders. So Sanders will drive up, goes up on Billen. Billen with the block. Billen comes up with the rebound and hands it off to Lawrence. 7:10 to go. Pacers up 5, 57-52. Three from the left side, no good. Rebounded by Cross for Huntingdon. Not to be confused with Lauren Cross. Destiny Cross, freshman forward for Huntingdon there, and now it'll be Huntingdon ball with 7 minutes even on the game clock. So now some substitutions. Or maybe not some substitutions, as had some players try to go out onto the court, but it's not time for substitutions yet. Billen saves it from going past midcourt. 15 on the shot clock. Cross over to Lawrence. Lawrence on the cross, the give and go, but tipped out of bounds by Baker. Good defense there for Baker, as Parton will now check in for Khadijah Daniels. That was a substitution that they were trying to make just a few seconds ago. It'll be Cassidy Crawford on the inbound pass as Baker will defend it. Lawrence receives it. Parton defending Lawrence. Lawrence pulls out 3 on the shot clock. Lawrence has to get it off. She spins, heaves it up, no good. Lawrence chases down her own miss, but goes out of bounds, and it'll be Pacer ball with 6:35 to go. It'll be Lauren Cross who leads the Pacers offensively with 19 points. 8 of 14 from the field, 3 of 5 beyond the arc. She'll pass it over to Baker. Baker to Parton. Back to Baker on the right side. And now a kick ball. Pass intended to go inside to Jamisha Sanders. And it'll stay here with the Pacers. Baker gets it into Sanders. Sanders, the juke to the right, goes up, gets blocked by Billen. Billen with several blocks here in this quarter. Receives the pass from Lawrence, goes up for the 2, but tipped by Baker. Osteen, 3 from the right side, gets it to go. That cuts it down to 2 for the first time in a long time here for Huntingdon. And now a quick timeout called by Graham Smith of William Peace, the USA South Coach of the Year. Clearly frustrated with his players. 5:57 to go. We're going to take a short break. Pacers lead it, but only by 2 as Huntingdon hot on their tails with 5:57 to go. We'll be right back on the Pacers Sports Network. It'll be Pacer ball following the William Peace timeout. Just under 6 minutes to go, 5:52 to be exact. Cross with it. Pacers lead by 2. Huntingdon starting to cut into that Pacer lead in the last several minutes. Sanders to Baker. Baker beyond the arc. Lob into Sydney Austin. Austin goes up the right side. Shot in and out. Pardon there to get it though. To put it right back in, that'll put things back out to 4 for the Pacers with 5:30 to go. Almost stolen away by Sanders. Lawrence gets it back. She drives up on Parton and Austin. Misses. Parton comes down with it. But loses it, and now it'll go right back to Huntingdon. Pacers still lead at 59-55, but Huntingdon has absolutely closed the gap. And this fourth and final quarter of play is Crystal Jerome. 5 foot, even, junior guard from Greenville, North Carolina, will check in. As she's played some good quality minutes off the bench here late in the season for the Pacers. Blocked by Sydney Austin. Her defense, she continues to be a force on defense. We hadn't seen it in a while, especially this half, as it was mostly present in the first half, but there it is nonetheless. We'll stay here with Huntingdon. Lawrence receives the pass, drives in on Parton, kicks it out to Billen. Billen goes up on Austin, no good, short. Sanders loses it, and now Billen, Lawrence, and Austin on the floor. It'll be Lawrence to come out with it, but it'll be called a jump ball nonetheless. And it's going to the Pacers. Good job there for Sydney Austin to jump on that and hang on, as she had 2 Huntingdon players grabbing onto it as well. And now with 4:50 to go, and Huntingdon in hot pursuit, the Pacers looking to grind this out as they still lead by 4, 59-55. Jerome brings it up. Sanders around to Baker. Baker on the right wing, pick from Austin. Baker, big 3, got it! Big 3, Sierra Baker! Pacers up 7. .425 to go, and a big 3 from Sierra Baker. And now Jamisha Sanders, who goes up for the block but gets called for the foul. As she would have probably been better off to just go straight up instead of try and swat. But understandably so, with a roar of Pacer momentum after what was a massive 3 made for Sierra Baker. After Huntingdon getting closer and closer to that Pacer lead in the last several minutes. And the Pacers, after a Sydney Austin block and a big 3 from Sierra Baker, the freshman from Fuquay Varina, but not playing like a freshman right there, as she came up big. Now 2 free throws made there for Huntingdon, and that'll cut the lead to 5 for the Pacers. 62-57, 4:07 to go. Sydney Austin bounce pass into Sanders. Sanders on the right block, good. Pacers back up 7, 3:54 to play here in the quarterfinals of the USA South Tournament. Thomas goes up, 2, no good. Jamisha Sanders comes down with it. Quickly gets it to Jerome. And Jerome gets hacked right in front of the stands. .336 to play. Pacers up 64-57. They have possession. Harden receives it from Jerome. Now Austin with it. Austin top of the key. Back to Jerome, left side. Jerome. And a violation of or a foul on against the Pacers. And that'll send things back to Huntingdon with 3:24 to go. Pacers still lead by 7. Big possessions coming up for both sides of this. Big 3, long 3, no good. That one from Osteen. She made a big one a little earlier. And now this one tipped, and Sanders loses it. It goes to Lawrence. But Jerome in hot pursuit, but she's going to get called for a foul. Good hustle play by Jerome, but she gets a little too close, and she'll foul Lawrence. As now Lauren Cross will check in for Jerome, who played some good hard minutes there off the Pacer bench. 2:58 to go. Pacers up 7. Big possessions for both sides coming up here in the next minute or so. Lawrence drives in, spins. Big 3 missed. That was from Cross, and now Lauren Cross of your Pacers will receive it, as it was Parton that came down with the rebound. Cross with it, 2:33 to go. Pacers up 7. A bucket here would be huge for the Pacers in securing this potential win here in the quarterfinals. And it would advance them to the semis next week, next Saturday. Cross misses a 3. Parton on the rebound, gets fouled. And that'll send Mariah Parton to the line. Parton is 75.9% free throw shooter, so a good solid average there for her, as we're going to take a quick break. 2:13 to go, 64-57, Pacers lead it. 2 free throws coming up from Mariah Parton. We'll be right back on the Pacers Sports Network. Welcome back to the Pacers Sports Network here with 2:13 to go in the quarterfinal matchup of the USA South Conference Tournament between your Pacers, number 1 seed in the East, and Huntingdon, number 4 seed in the West. Mariah Parton, 2 free throws, and she nails the first, and that'll put the Pacers up 8, 65-57.
Box out!
Second shot, Parton, good. Big shots there from Mariah Parton, who's about a 75% free throw shooter from the line, and she comes through to put the Pacers up 66-57, 9-point lead as we approach the 2-minute warning here in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes even on the clock here in the fourth. Lawrence crosses over, gets it to Thomas, and a travel by Thomas, thanks to the Pacer defense, who has been all in today, especially Sydney Austin. And that's a big play for the Pacer defense with under 2 minutes remaining, 1:54. They lead by 9. Now a lob pass, bad pass to Eva Holloway. That's stolen by Lawrence. And Huntingdon gets it right back. They've got 1:45 to overcome a 9-point deficit. Thomas goes up, gets the layup to go. Pacers up 7. And now a blocking foul against Lawrence as Lauren Cross drove in across midcourt. And that'll put a pause in play at 1:36. Minute 30 to go. Pacers up 7. Huntingdon's only had a few leads today, and they were all in the third quarter. 15 on the shot clock, 1:18 on the game clock. Eva Holloway, 6 on the shot clock. Sanders, pull up 3. Too long, Thomas on the rebound. And 1:05 to go for Huntingdon to try and cut into that 7-point Pacer lead. A minute to go. Lawrence crosses over, goes up, pull up jumper, good. And now lead down to 5, 66-61, 53 seconds to go. Holloway receives the pass. No foul yet from Huntingdon, parting with it. Still no foul from Huntingdon. 40 seconds to go. And now Cross finally gets fouled by Cassidy Crawford. 38.1 seconds to go, 14 on the shot clock here for the Pacers. They lead by 5, big possession right here, as they're up 66-61. Cross receives the pass, still no foul. And a hard foul there from Lawrence with 33.9 seconds to go. That'll send Lauren Cross to the line. Cross a 73.3% free throw shooter this season, with an opportunity to put the Pacers up 6 and 7 with 2 makes here. First shot from Cross, crawls in and out, doesn't get the roll. So the score will stay where it is at 66-61, 33.9 seconds to go. Second shot, no good from Cross, 0 for 2 there. And timeout called by Huntingdon with 32.2 seconds to go. .2 seconds to go. Pacers up 5. We're going to take a very short break. Don't go anywhere as we finish this one right here in the USA South quarterfinals in the Pacer Sports Network. .2 seconds to go here in the fourth. Pacers up 5. They've led most of the way. Only a couple leads taken by Huntingdon, and they were all in the third quarter. They've been hot on the heels of the Pacers all the way. 3 attempt, waved off, and a travel called against Back. And a big defensive stop there with 26.8 seconds to go. And now Coach Smith will take a quick timeout. Shot clock is down, 26.8 to go on the game clock. Pacers with a 5-point lead. As Huntingdon will likely intentionally foul as soon as the ball goes into play, sending one of the Pacers to the line. And assuming a couple makes from the free throw line, the Pacers could essentially put this away here in the next few seconds. .8 to go. Eva Holloway will be the one to inbound. She'll be defended by Cassidy Crawford. Cross goes in and gets fouled hard by Lawrence. And now that'll be India Lawrence with her 5th and final foul. So she will be done here today. And a big free throw made there from Lauren Cross, and that'll put the Pacers up 6 with 25.4 seconds to go. Second free throw, Cross rattles in, good. 2 big free throws from Lauren Cross, who's stolen the show on offense for the Pacers today with 19 points. Kiera Williams on the other end blocks it. And Mariah Parton will get fouled. And that'll send her to the line. She's about a 75% free throw shooter. And with 16.2 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter from the Herm, Mariah Parton will likely put this away right here with 2 free throws made. First one good for Parton. That'll put the Pacers up 8. And pretty much sealed the deal with 16.2 seconds to go. Second shot, Parton, good. Pacers up 70-61, 16.2 seconds to go. Crawford will pick this up as she'll take a deep 3, well off and short. Lauren Cross on the rebound. Quickly down to Sanders. Sanders puts it in and puts a nice bow on this Pacer win. A heave from midcourt, way long, and the Pacers take out Huntingdon and take care of business here in their first game of action here in the USA South tournament, as they did start off with the bye, being the #1 seed in the East Division, and they've taken care of business against Huntingdon, the #4 seed in the West, here in the quarterfinals of the USA South Conference tournament, as they'll head over and celebrate. Your final 72-61. Pacers win this one by 11. As now they'll move on to the semifinal matchup against likely Piedmont College, as they would have faced the winner of #2 in the West, Piedmont, versus #3 in the East, Averett. That game tipped off at 2 o'clock and is coming down the stretch, as with 5 seconds left over in that one, Piedmont has the lead 78-63. So that will be the Pacers' opponent next Saturday, and that'll likely be hosted here at the Herm. So good overall day for the Pacers, as they led most of the way, as they came out with a bang in the first quarter. And then Huntingdon kind of took over in the second quarter, and then the Pacers came right back out hot in the third and grinded it out through the fourth, and a very hard-fought fourth quarter. So that's going to do it here for this game. We've got the men's game coming up next right here on the Pacer Sports Network. But as far as the women is concerned, that's going to do it for them until next Saturday in the semifinals against Piedmont. Until next time, we're going to catch you later on the Pacer Sports Network. Thanks for joining. Well, good news. We've got more basketball for you today. Welcome back into the Herman Athletic Center, and welcome back to the Pacer Sports Network right here on the William Peace Athletics YouTube page. Obviously, we saw the Lady Pacers win their first game of the USA South Conference Tournament in their quarterfinal matchup against Huntingdon. But now we've got some regular season basketball to get to here for the men's team. It is senior day here for them on the small campus of William Peace University right here in downtown Raleigh. It's the last regular season game as well. It's also the last regular season game for their opponent, the Greensboro Pride of Greensboro College. The Pacers come into this 13-11 and on a very impressive 6-game winning streak. They're also 7-4 in USA South play, and they're hanging on to that second spot in the Eastern Division of the USA South standings. A lot of good things going for the Pacers here. And it's incredible because they started out this season losing 8 of their first 10 games. And now in this last stretch of 11 games, they've won 8 of those 11 games. And obviously they now have a second seed or second ranking spot in the Eastern Division of the USA South standings. Greensboro, their opponent, is 5th in that division. Trey Bryant is your USA South Player of the Week for the Pacers, so a big game for him in the last game for the Pacers in that win at Pfeiffer, 111-95. Trey Bryant actually had 33 points. He led scoring for the Pacers. And now we are underway here today as Greensboro wins the tip, and KJ Langley, product of Southwest Guilford High School, will receive the ball first. And now first shot for Greensboro, no good. That shot from Michael Pfeiffer. Now Sellers goes up for a jam. One of the 5 seniors. One of the 5 seniors on this Pacers squad being honored today goes up for a jam and comes up a little short, and actually came down pretty hard on that wrist, as he'll have to be careful, as if the Pacers win today, they would host their first game of the USA South Conference Tournament next weekend. And now a steal from Tyson by Trey Bryant. Bryant goes up, too strong for him as well. Another one of those 5 seniors, as the first 2 attempts for the Pacers have just been too strong. Probably a lot of momentum and energy here in this packed crowd here today at the Herm. Now down to DeAndre Thomas, the third of those 5 seniors, and he gets on the board first here for the Pacers. And the Pacers strike first in this one, 2-0, as we've had about 1 minute and 15 seconds tick off the clock here in the first half. Mikel Gaylord with a steal, and he goes up, as 4 of the 5 seniors being honored today have had a crack at it. DeAndre Thomas, the only one of those 4 of the 5 seniors to score a bucket so far. And now Mikel Gaylord will head to the line, and he'll get 2 attempts.
How fast they ran.
First shot good for Gaylord. Pacers playing at a very high speed here early in transition, as it's now 3-0. 18:36 to go here in the first half. Second shot from Gaylord from the line is good. That'll make it 4-0 Pacers, as Langley passes over to Pfeiffer, and a 3-pointer from the left side, no good. Sellers comes up with it. Sellers drives and gets the crawl, and the Pacers up to a quick 6-0 lead, carrying the momentum from that 6-game win streak straight into this game here on Senior Day, as the Pacers are just a completely different team this second half of the season as they were the first half. Another one from Pfeiffer, short from the 3-point line. Now a lob to Bryant. Bryant, jam! Pacers up 8-0, timeout Greensboro. Pacers out to an early 8-0 lead off of several turnovers as well, and 3 of those 5 seniors getting a hand in it as well, as Thomas, Sellers, Gaylord, and Bryant all getting a hand in this scoring early. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back on the Pacer Sports Network. It'll be Greensboro ball after the quick timeout. About 17:56 on the clock here in the first half. As Langley will receive it near midcourt, he'll hold on to it for just a moment. Guarded by Ferguson, now pass over to McCabe. McCabe comes around, guarded by Sellers. McCabe goes up, no good, in and out, and Sellers comes down with a rebound. Greensboro comes up empty again. Ferguson, three, right side, got it! Pacers up 11-0. Over to the right side, now right corner, Williams, guarded by Bryant. Around the horn, Murrayed over to Langley again. Langley working on Gaylord. Langley, step back three, no good. Rebounded by Bryant, and Greensboro comes up empty once again. Bryant takes a three left side off to the right. And that'll be McCabe coming down with the rebound. Long pass down on the other end under the hoop. Nothing there for Mertens. Now McCabe will receive it from Mertens. McCabe over to Langley. Langley with 14 on the shot clock. From the right corner, good. First bucket of the day for Greensboro. That's Williams. Three-pointer. Gaylord picks up the dribble, gets it to Thomas. Ferguson, step back three, right side, too strong. As that would have definitely sent another bolt of electricity through the Herm. Now with 16-15, McCabe with it. Ferguson now stripped by Gaylord, but right back to Langley. And now a wild pass nowhere near Murray, who it was intended for. And Pacers right back. Ferguson, deep one, right side, yes! Ferguson, two of his first three from beyond the arc, where he specializes as the Pacers sniper. And now a block. Mertens went up with it and gets blocked, and now it'll be a quick timeout. Our first media timeout of the day. So with 15:48 to go in the first half, Pacers in complete control and an explosion of both offense and defense, and they lead at 14-3. We'll be right back on the Pacers Sports Network. Greensboro coming into this one today following a loss at home versus NC Wesleyan. They lost a close one there, 76-70, as Greensboro is currently fifth in the Eastern Division of the USA South rankings. William P. second in that same division, as the first free throw is short from Kevin Mertens. He's a sophomore guard from Newark, New Jersey, as Greensboro trails here early, 14-3, and an avalanche of offense and some defense as well from the Pacers here on senior day, as pretty much all of the five seniors except for Tyson Sellers has had a hand in this explosion of early offense. Cam Ferguson draws some oohs and ahs from the crowd. John Burwell can't finish the deal as he takes a three from the top of the key and misses, and this will go right back down the other side to Mertens. Mertens guarded by Whitmore. Taekwon Whitmore in for the first time today for the Pacers, as well as Donnelly Tyrell Jr. Now Williams picks up the dribble, gets to Mertens. Mertens contested three, no good. Rebounded by Trey Bryant. And he quickly gets it to John Burwell. Burwell to Ferguson. Ferguson short on another three. All of them, he's made 2 of 4, counting that one shot there. All of them from the right side. Mertens drives on Whitmore, goes up on the right block. Bryant there on top of him, though. It'll be a foul on Trey Bryant. Two shots coming up here for Mertens. Pacers on a 9-0 run in the last minute 22 of play. Guilford 0 of their first 6 from the field. Now a few substitutions. Bryant will check out. Bo Bryant in for the first time today. He's probably one of the better, if not the best, player off that Pacer bench. A freshman. Bo Bryant, a freshman, 6'5" from Durham, North Carolina, a product of Research Triangle High School. As Burwell, pass intended for Bo Bryant, gets stolen away. Williams on the other end goes up on Whitmore, but Whitmore with the block. McCabe there to recover it and puts it back in. Pacers now cut the lead now cut to 7 for the Pacers. And now whistle blown. That'll be a foul on McCabe, who just scored that last bucket for Greensboro. Sellers goes up, bucket no good. He's struggling to put it in here early. Williams on the other end for Greensboro in the right corner. Bo Bryant on the defense. Pass over to Brown. Brown goes up for a pull-up J, no good. Grayson Collins got a hand on it, but it'll be Tyrell Jr. to come down with it. Jr. pulls up, gets it to Burwell on the right wing. Burwell, drive in, kick out to Bo Bryant. His first attempt of the day, no good from 3. That one from the left corner. And it'll be Brown to come down with it. Brown goes up on Burwell and Sellers, no good. Tyrell Jr. with another rebound. Burwell kicks to Sellers. Sellers comes in from the left side. Hand off to Bryant, back to Sellers. Sellers thought about a J, and he goes up for the floater. No good on that as well. Sellers struggling here early to put it in the hoop. And now Mikal Gaylord with the steal. And now right back to the Pacers it goes. They lead by 7, 14-7, and now 16-7 as Bo Bryant gets his first bucket of the day here with 13:20 to go. Mearden goes in on Burwell, nothing there for him. Good defense by John Burwell. 11 on the shot clock. Brown goes up under Tyrell Jr. Gaylord comes down with the rebound. Now Gaylord, spin move, defended by Collins. And around to Burwell on the left side, 12:47 to go here in the first half. Gaylord from the top of the key, kicks to Tyrell Jr., a deep 3 for Jr., got it! 12-point lead here early by the Pacers with about 8 minutes ticked off the clock in the first half. 19-7 your score. Mertens receives the pass on the right side. A drive in and a kick out. Williams thought about it, gets it to McCabe. McCabe inside to Brown. Brown back to McCabe. Pump fake from McCabe out to the right corner. Collins goes up and under Sellers, and it'll be Tyson Sellers charged with the foul. And this will be Grayson Collins, sophomore from Greensboro, North Carolina, on a pair of free throws. First one good. It's now 3 subs coming in for Greensboro and 2 subs coming in for William Peace. One more free throw coming up here for Collins. Next shot rattles in. Now another substitution as Collins will check out after making 2 free throws. It'll be Keyshawn Dorsey to check in for him. His first time of the day, sophomore from Raleigh, North Carolina. Bryant around to Gaylord. Gaylord, Burwell. Burwell, step back. Drives straight up the gut, a little floater, gets it to roll. 22-8 your score. Lopsided affair so far. Fast pace affair so far as well. Langley, deep three from the left side, the Southwest Guilford product, no good. Rebounded and fresh shot clock here for Greensboro as Pfeiffer gets it to Langley. Langley working on Ferguson. A no-look pass inside to Brown. And that'll likely be on John Burwell, as the official will confirm. And now a media timeout with 11:30 to go here from the Herm. Pacers up 21-8. And a few free throws coming up for Greensboro when we come back right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Two free throws coming up here from Matthew Brown, freshman forward, standing about 6'7" and coming in at 200 pounds from Orlando, Florida. As his first free throw is hard off the back iron. Pacers lead at 21-9 in what's been a high-paced, fast-paced game so far. Lopsided affair, 21-9, and now two missed free throws there from Brown. And Pacers get possession right back with 11:20 to go. Gaylord, deep three, no good, off to the right. And rebounded by Eric Peaks, who's in off the Greensboro bench for the first time today. Peaks to Dorsey, out to the corner, Brown. After missing two free throws, he hits a nice three from the left corner. And now that'll cut that Pacer lead to 9, 21-12, with 10:50 to go in the first half. But Burwell has an answer to that, and that'll put the Pacer lead back out to double digits at 11, 23-12.
Come on, E!
Now from the right side, no good. No good for Peaks Jr. Bill Bryant drives in on the right side. Pump fake forces the jump. And now from the left side, Trey Bryant on the three. Pacers now up 14, 26-12. As we approach the 10-minute mark here in the first half. 10-10 on it at the moment. A spin move by Dorsey. And gets the good roll, and he'll cut the lead now to 12 for the Pacers, 26-14. As Burwell drives in hard, goes up and under and converts. So far, the Pacers having an answer for everything Greensboro has responded to, and then there's an answer right there from Michael Pfeiffer from the left corner from three. That Pacer lead now cut to 11, and this stepped out of bounds. Last touched by one of the Pacers, not sure which one. But regardless, it will come back to Greensboro. Christian Williams on the inbound pass to Langley. Langley over to Mertens. Right corner, Williams, nice pass. Inside, layup no good for Peaks Jr., but the putback good. Now with 9:15 to go, Pacers lead by 9, 28-19. Gaylord will bring it out. Take a look over at head coach Claude Shields. Shields in his 8th season with the Pacers, your 2014-15 USA South Coach of the Year. Quick catch and shoot from Ferguson, no good. Pfeiffer dish to Williams. Williams from 3, and now Greensboro gets a little something cooking. And Claude Shields will take a quick timeout for William Peace. With 8:47 to go, 28-22, Pacers still lead, but by a lot less than they were. As they lead by 6, Greensboro hot on their heels. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back on the Pacers Sports Network. Donnelly Tyrell Jr. back in the game for the Pacers as he'll take the inbound pass and get it to Mikel Gaylord. It'll be Pacer ball here with 8:43 to go following the William Peace timeout. Taquan Whitmore receives the pass. He's back in for the first time in a while off the Pacer bench. Pacers lead it by 6, 28-22. However, Greensboro making a nice little run. Greensboro on an 8-0 run in the last minute 09 of play, 10-2 run in the last minute 37. As Whitmore receives it from Gaylord, now over to Sellers. Sellers with only 1 bucket so far. Gaylord, deep 3 from the top of the key, way too strong. And that'll be Peaks that comes down with it. Pfeiffer pulls back, gives it to Peaks. Peaks down to Williams, and Williams goes up for the jam, but Tyrell Jr. with the block. Gaylord on the other side, kicks it to Sellers in the right corner. Right corner comes Sellers. And Sellers gets the bucket. Now a whistle blown against Greensboro. Was not sure what the call was, as our view was kind of blocked over here at the scorer's table. But regardless, it'll be William Peace ball. Timeout Greensboro. That was Eric Peaks Jr. on the turnover with 7:53 to go here in the first half. Greensboro coming into this on a 3-game losing streak. This is their last regular season game of the season. Good job here from the Pacer defense to get some stops and some conversions on the other end, as Greensboro was on a nice 10-0 run for a little over a minute and a half. Following a potential win here today, William Peace would host their first conference tournament game next weekend. I believe that would be on Saturday, but don't quote me on that, as William Peace has that 2nd seed in the Eastern Division of the USA South standings. Now both sides back out onto the floor. It'll be Pacer ball following the turnover by Greensboro. It'll be Sellers, Tyson Sellers, one of our 5 seniors being honored today on Senior Day here for the Pacers. A kick out to Taquan Whitmore. Now hand off to Bryan, a little bit of a bad pass. Tyrell Jr. recovers it, takes a 3 and misses from the right corner. And Langley will slow the pace up a little bit for Greensboro. Mertens receives the pass. Langley with it, 13 on the shot clock. A pull-up jumper from Williams, well short, out of bounds. And Donnelly Tyrell Jr. will just watch that go out of bounds. So now Cam Ferguson will check back in for Taquan Whitmore. Ferguson, one of 5 seniors here for the Pacers, as they lead by 8, 30-22, with 7:12 to go here in the first half. Pacers Sellers, nothing there. Good defense from Langley. Somewhat open 3 from Bryant is good. That puts the lead for the Pacers back out to 11 at 33-22. Williams around the horn. Good defense here from Ferguson to put a hand in the face of Mertens and force the miss. Sellers on the other end goes up the left side. Doesn't get the bounce. Sellers was looking for a blocking foul. And now stripped right back from Tyrell Jr. Sellers chases down the pass. Goes up again on the left block, and he'll get the foul call that time. As Sellers, who's had a bit of trouble putting it in the hoop today, he'll head to the line for 2 free throws. First one good for Sellers. Tyson Sellers, a senior guard, 6'2", from Asheville, North Carolina. He's a product of Carolina Day High School as he gets his second free throw to rattle in. Now the Pacers up 13 at 35-22. As the Pacers got out to a complete explosion of offense to get this thing started, and now a turnover ends up in the hands of Cam Ferguson. Burwell receives the pass. Burwell up and under to Bo Bryant, and now the Pacers lead by 15. Pacers, who got out to an early lead and held it for quite a while, and then Greensboro made a nice push as they had it all the way out to a 10-0 run over the course of about 1 minute and 40 seconds, and then Pacers just turned it right back on like flipping a switch, and now they lead by 15, 37-22. A miss there from Grayson Collins, and now back down to the Pacers it goes. Burwell goes up and under, gets the roll, and he's going to the line for one more. John Burwell, who had 21 points in their last outing at Pfeiffer, winning that one at 111-95. Burwell, a junior from right here in Raleigh, North Carolina. He went to Millbrook High School. He's now going to the line for one more on the and one attempt. Free throw good for Burwell. And now a substitution for Greensboro. This will be Keyshawn Dorsey who will check back in. Sean McCabe will check in at the guard spot as well in place of KJ Langley. Full court press defense now for the Pacers, not letting their foot off the gas at all. And now a jam for Keyshawn Dorsey. Will get a nice burst of energy into that Greensboro bench. Nice move there from Dorsey. Assist to Grayson Collins. Pacers still lead it 40-24. Bo Bryant wide open from the right corner three. Gets it to go. And the Pacers are 1 point shy of a 20-point lead at 43-24 as we hit the 5-minute mark here in the first half of this one. Mertens goes up for a deep two and gets it to go. Nice shot there from Mertens. And that'll cut the Pacer lead just a little bit. 17-point lead now by the Pacers, 43-26. But Burwell on the other end gets a bucket, and the lead right back to 19 for the Pacers at 45-26 with 4:35 to go. McCabe handoff pass to Brown. Brown to Collins. There's Dorsey now with the two. Following his jam just a little while ago, gets a nice bucket there near the free throw line. Pacers lead at 45-28. Good ball movement here by the Pacers. Burwell with it on the left side. A crossover move, kick out to Ferguson. Catch and shoot Ferguson well short from the left corner. That's his first attempt from the left side, all of his coming from the right. He's got 6 points today, 2 of 5 from three. 2 big threes fairly early in this contest. Now a missed opportunity there for Mertens. There's a nice move from Burwell, draws some oohs and ahs from the crowd. Ferguson chases down the deflected pass. DeAndre Thomas goes up with it. No good there. And that'll be Matthew Brown, freshman from Orlando, Florida, to come down with it and take it down on the other end as he gets fouled. Bo Bryant on that one. Now a quick timeout taken with 3:21 to go here in the first half. Pacers in complete control with a score of 45-28 right here on Senior Day. We'll take a short break and come right back to you on the Pacers Sports Network. .321 to go here in the first half. From the Herm, it'll be Greensboro ball. McCabe on a lob pass out to Grayson Collins. Collins guarded by Burwell. Snaps one over to Dorsey. Dorsey with it. Almost a stolen pass from Burwell. Collins goes around a pick from Peaks. Peaks receives the pass from Collins, goes up for a jumper and gets it. And that'll cut the Pacer lead to 15 at 45-30 as we've hit the 3-minute mark here in the first half of this one. On Senior Day, Sellers left side, no good. He's had some trouble offensively today. It'll be Pacer ball. Cam Ferguson will take the inbound pass. So look for some options. He'll get one out to Sellers beyond the left side of the three-point line. Trey Bryant on the inside. And now they're going to say Bryant was the last to touch it. Good defense there by Pfeiffer. As that'll be Greensboro ball with 2:43 to go and a 15-point Pacer lead. Dorsey drives in on Tyrell Jr. and gets fouled. Bucket no good. So that'll send Keyshawn Dorsey to the line for 2 shots. First shot from Dorsey is good.
Sure everybody knows.
Greensboro a 67.7 free throw percent shooting team. As the second one no good for Dorsey, so 1 of 2 on that trip to the line. And Trey Bryant will come down with the rebound. Bryant actually 3rd in the USA South in rebounding with 8.7 of them per game. And now a turnover and a sharp pass from Collins to Peaks, and Peaks puts it in. And that'll cut the Pacer lead down just a bit more as we've hit the 2-minute mark in the first half. Pacers up 12, 45-33. Sellers over to Bryant. Bryant left wing 3, no good. As the Pacers have cooled off just a bit since where they started at here in the beginning of the first half. A pull-up jumper too strong from Pfeiffer. Now Peaks on the jump fake. McCabe takes a 3 from the top of the key and gets it to go. Now Greensboro's got it down to single digits for the first time in a while as they start to get on a nice run. Floater no good from Burwell. Pacers scoreless in the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds as Greensboro has gone on another run, a 10-0 run in that span. Trey Bryant, jam, no good. As that would have been a big Pacer momentum shift. Meanwhile, Collins puts in the layup on the other end. And we've got a very different ball game on our hands now with 57 seconds remaining in the first half. Burwell no good on the layup attempt. 45-38 to score. Greensboro trails 7. Collins goes up. No foul called. Burwell brings it back up. 42 seconds to go. Tyrell Jr. left side. Kicks it to the left corner. Bryant. Two-pointer no good. And now with 30 seconds to go in the half, Pacers lead by 7. McCabe will slowly walk this one up the floor. So we'll take a glance over to Coach Cantamessa in his first season with Greensboro for the play call. Shot clock still up. 10 on the game clock, 5 on the shot clock. A pull-up jumper contested, but made right in the face of Tyrell Jr. by Pfeiffer. 3 seconds to go. Ferguson, right wing, good. And Ferguson beats the buzzer from 3 to send us to halftime and to give the Pacers an 8-point lead, 48-40. So in a very back and forth momentum shifting half that started out with all Pacers, and then Greensboro made a nice run with a 10-0 run over the course of about 1:40, and then the Pacers took it right back, and then now another 10-0 run over the course of 3:15 there in the last handful of minutes in this half. And now the Pacers will take some momentum with them into the half as Cam Ferguson hits a nice 3 there to beat the buzzer. 48-40 your score, Pacers up 8. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in about 13 minutes or so to get the second half started right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Welcome back to the Pacers Sports Network, where we are just seconds away from getting the second half of things started here from the Herm. Your Pacers lead it here on Senior Day, 48-40, where they got out to a nice explosion of offense here early and defense as well, because a lot of those buckets that they were getting were coming from turnovers. And then Greensboro kind of got on a 10-0 run for about a 1 minute and 40-second period there. And then the Pacers just kind of took things back in their direction following another. Greensboro followed that run up with another 10-0 run that spanned about 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And then the Pacers stole some more momentum to take us to halftime after Cam Ferguson had a nice three-pointer to beat the buzzer to take us to halftime. And now Pacers up 10, 50-40, as Trey Bryant opens the half with a nice bucket here for the Pacers. Langley will bring it up for Greensboro's first crack at it this half. Peaks a three from the corner and gets that one to go. They cut the lead to 7 for the Pacers. And there's an obvious double dribble call for senior Mikkel Gaylord. So now with 19:24 to go in the second half, the Pacers lead by 7. Pacers 13-11 this season, 7-4 in USA South play. As Peaks back-to-back threes, and just like that, leads down to 4 as DeAndre Thomas under the hoop puts it in. He almost lost his footing down there, but he regains it, puts it in. Langley on the other end, three-point attempt, no good, too short. Now it'll be Greensboro ball. 18:59, about a minute ticked off the clock here in the second half. Pacers, after some back and forth exchanges and 2 back-to-back threes by Peaks Jr. of Greensboro. Pacers still lead it, however, 52-46. As Mikkel Gaylord will bring it up, guarded by Collins. Ferguson receives the pass, gets it over to Burwell. Burwell inside to Bryant, and whistle blown. $18:45 to go here in the second half. Pacers up 52-46.
Chase, KJ, you got to chase, K.
And that was foul number 2 there for KJ Langley. Drive inside and a floater from Burwell. And they're going to say the bucket counts. So, and one attempt coming up here for John Burwell, who had 21 points in the last outing for the Pacers in that win down at Pfeiffer, 111-95. And now he'll go to the line here for one more free throw. Following the made bucket down low, he's got 13 points so far.
Matt, he knows.
Free throw attempt from Burwell is good, and that'll put the Pacers back up 9, 55-46, with 18:35 to go. KJ Langley brings it up, guarded by Gaylord. Langley has yet to get on the board here today, the senior guard for Greensboro. As Pfeiffer loses control of it, and it'll be a Greensboro turnover. Burwell brings it up. Nice fake move and spin from Burwell. Nice move. And that'll put the Pacers back up double digits for the first time in the second half at 57-46, an 11-point lead as we hit the 18-minute mark now in the second half. Pfeiffer kicks over to the left wing. Peaks, who hit back-to-back threes to open the half. No good there, and no good for his last 2 attempts. Burwell picks up his dribble, and a weak pass intended for Gaylord, as he just kind of got locked up on the other end and had to get rid of it before he was called on the travel. And that'll result in a Pacer turnover. Langley receives the pass. Gaylord on defense. Langley looking to get on the board for the first time today. Kicks it over to Collins. Collins working on Ferguson down low, but Bryant gets the block. on the other end. Peaks on the steal and the breakaway. He goes up for the layup, routine layup. That'll make it a 57-46 game. Now 48-57 game, so Pacers still up 9. Bryant goes down low, almost loses it. Many were calling for a travel, doesn't matter, he loses it regardless. Good movement by Greensboro. Langley takes a deep three and short, as many of his three-point attempts have been very long, as it almost looks like he's forcing many of those shots. Now Pacers on the other end, over to Gaylord on the right side, guarded by Collins. Burwell cuts in, nothing there for Gaylord. Gaylord behind the back over to Tyrell Jr. Pass, short pass inside to Bryant. Good pass and good vision there by Tyrell Jr. on the assist, and Bryant completes the bucket. He's now got 12 points after that. Pacers back up double digits at 11, 59-48. Three from the right side, no good for Collins. Peaks. There's now Peaks. Just throws it off of Tyrell Jr. and out of bounds, so it'll stay here on the left side with Greensboro, as they'll be taking it to the left there on your screen, and Peace will be taking it to the right on offense. Now down low, gets it to go. That's Keyshawn Dorsey, sophomore forward from right here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Burwell goes around a pick from Bryant. Pass to Sellers, who had a very tough first half offensively. Burwell goes up, gets hacked. An obvious foul call there, as John Burwell will go to the line for 2 more free throws. And now we'll take a quick media timeout. 2 shots coming for John Burwell. That foul on Keyshawn Dorsey. 15:49 left here in the second half. 59-50 your score. Pacers up 9, and 2 free throws for John Burwell coming up when we come back right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Two free throws coming up here for John Burwell, junior guard from right here in Raleigh, North Carolina at Millbrook High School. Burwell 16 points already today. He's 7 of 10. An impressive 70% from the field. He is 0 of 1 from 3, and now he's 3 of 3 from the free throw line as he hits his first shot. That'll put the Pacers back up at 10, double digits yet again. And now an 11-point lead after Burwell hits 2 of 2 free throws. Pacers up 61-50 with almost 5 minutes gone in the second half. High pass down to Meerdings. He goes up to get it. Back to McCabe at the top of the key. Pass inside. Pfeiffer. Nothing there for Pfeiffer. Out to McCabe it goes. McCabe pulls back. 7 on the shot clock for Greensboro. Pfeiffer with it. A wild 3, no good. As Coach Shields wanted a shot clock violation. That's the way it looked from here at the scorer's table, but nothing there. now 64-50. Pacers up 14 with 14:53 to go. McCabe up top. Dishes to Dorsey. Dorsey drives up the left lane, swatted by Bo Bryant, and forces the miss. On the other end, Sellers goes up easily on the right side. One of those 5 seniors here for the Pacers on senior day, and he finally gets a little something going. He now has 6 points. He struggled early from the field as he is 2 of 8. Pfeiffer pass cross court over to Dorsey. McCabe around to Williams and back to Pfeiffer in the left corner. Bryant guarding Pfeiffer and blocked, but they're going to say a foul on Trey Bryant, and the bucket goes as well. So one more free throw on the and one attempt for Michael Pfeiffer. And that'll cut the Pacer lead to 12. .14:15 on the clock in the second half. And one more free throw coming up for Michael Pfeiffer after the bucket was good. And free throw good as well. So now Pfeiffer will check out. Matthew Brown, freshman from Orlando, Florida, will check in. That foul number 2 on Trey Bryant. Whitmore picks up his dribble. Good defense there from Williams, almost stolen away by Dorsey. Burwell gets hold of it. Burwell receives the pass from Sellers. And now contact, and that'll be a foul on Dorsey.
Here we go, 5, match up. Match up.
Foul number 2 there for Keyshawn Dorsey.
32, Sean.
With 13:55 to go, and the Pacers up 11, 66-55.
Kev, make him carry the ball.
Cam Ferguson back into the game.
Just back off.
He's in for Taquan Whitmore.
Come on, Keith. Good. Hands
Bryant
wide,
receives the
hands
inbound
wide.
pass from Burwell. Handoff back to Burwell. Burwell, a lob up to Bryant. The alley-oop attempt. And this tipped out of bounds by one of the Greensboro defenders, so it'll stay here with the Pacers.
Trail, Sean.
13:48 to go now in the second half. Pacers up 11, 66-55. Burwell to Sellers. Sellers takes a step back 3 on the right side. Still nothing there. Sellers now 3 of 9 from the field. 0 of 3 from 3 as now Dorsey gets locked up with Cam Ferguson. Dorsey comes up with it. McCabe with it. Leerding's with it now. Guarded by Ferguson. A step back 3 from the top of the key. Gets it to go as it rolls in. And now Greensboro cuts it to single digits at an 8-point lead. 66-58 with 13:11 to go here in the second half. Burwell pulls back, goes up the left lane and gets it stripped away by McCabe. That'll be a Pacer turnover. McCabe on the steal. Drive up and stripped away by Ferguson. However, Williams will come up with it for Greensboro and quickly gets it out to McCabe. McCabe, a floater attempt, good. And now the lead down to 6 for the Pacers, 66-60, 12:45 to go in the second half. McCabe with 9 points after that jumper. Greensboro on another run. They've been on a couple 10-0 runs in this one, and now it's up to an 8-0 run here with the last minute 52 of play. Shot from the left side, in and out for Ferguson, or for Sellers. McCabe with it, right side, trying to lose Burwell. Bounce pass inside. Dorsey gets it to go as Greensboro back up to another 10-0 run, their 3rd of the game. This being the first one of the second half. Trey Bryant goes up for his second jam of the game, or second attempted jam, and comes up empty again. Cam Ferguson, wild 3 off to the right off the backboard. This thing spiraling out of control quickly here for the Pacers. Layup good for Brown as he puts it on the floor. And just like that, a 12-0 run for Greensboro has it down to a 1-possession lead. 66-64, Pacers still lead 2. And now a turnover for the Pacers. Sellers loses it out of bounds. And things just going from bad to worse quickly here for the Pacers. And Claude Shields will call a quick timeout with 11:28 to go. 66-64 the score. Pacers up 2, however, Greensboro taking over here in the last 3 minutes of play. We're going to take a short break and be right back on the Pacers Sports Network. Pacers scoreless in the last 3 minutes and 9 seconds as Greensboro has gone on yet their third run of the game with a double-digit deficit to none. They went on 2 10-0 deficits in the first half, and now they are on a 12-0 deficit here in the last 3 minutes and 9 seconds of play. As Greensboro will have possession following the William Peace timeout. A pull-up jumper that would have tied the game, and no good for Brown. And Mikkel Gaylor will come up with it. 11:10 to go. Brown hits the floor, no whistles blown. Bo Bryant behind the back. Tyrell Jr. kicks out to Gaylord on the 3. Good response there to come out of the timeout and put the lead right back to 5. And now another steal into the hands of Cam Ferguson. Tyrell Jr. other end, no good on the layup. Here comes Whitmore, and it's back into the hands of Williams. Opportunity missed there for the Pacers. They still lead by 5 with 10:40 to go. McCabe will hold it. Get it over to Meertings. Drive in by Meertings, and they're going to call a foul. That one on Gaylord. Pacers have led by as much as 18, and now they currently lead 5, and Greensboro had it all the way down to 2 just a moment ago. 10:25 to go. Kevin Meertings at the line, sophomore guard for Greensboro as he hits the first free throw. Now 3 subs coming in, KJ Langley, Eric Peaks Jr., and Michael Pfeiffer all in for Greensboro. Meertings with 8 points after hitting that free throw. Trey Bryant will check back in for the Pacers as well in place of Bo Bryant. Trey Bryant, one of our 5 seniors we're honoring today for Senior Day for the Pacers. Second free throw good, and now back down to a one possession game it goes as the Pacers still lead by 3, 69-66 with 10:15 to go in the second half. Ferguson pulls the trigger on a 3 and no good short. And it'll be rebounded by Pfeiffer, fresh off the Greensboro bench. Crossover, nice move by Dorsey, but blocked by Tyrell Jr. And quickly down to Whitmore. Whitmore to Trey Bryant. Bryant goes up for the layup, and 1 for Bryant. Trey Bryant with 17 points. After that bucket, he's second in scoring, only to John Burwell with 18 points. And now Bryant will have an opportunity to tie that 18-point mark with this free throw right here, as that's not what he's going to do there as it rattles around and out. 71-66, Pacers lead by 4, or by 5, I should say. And now a foul on the other end as Dorsey goes up. And that's going to be a foul on Trey Bryant, foul number 3 for him today. First shot good For Michael Pfeiffer, he now has 12 points after the free throw attempt, and that'll put the lead to 4, and now 3 as he makes the second of his 2 free throws. 2 of 2 there for Pfeiffer. He now has 13 points for Greensboro. Peaks Jr. the leading scorer. However, Pfeiffer second in that category with 13 is Gaylord. Receives it on the right side. John Burwell wide open from the left side. 3, no good. Tyrell Jr. chases down the miss, and a fresh shot clock awarded to the Pacers as we now have under 10 minutes to play at 9:25 in the second half. Tyrell Jr. corner 3, no good. Burwell comes down with the rebound. Another shot clock for the Pacers. Gaylord from the right side looking for options. There's nothing there for Gaylord. As he has to get it off to Burwell. Burwell floater wide left. And shot clock expires. However, Bryant comes down with it as it did hit the rim. So another shot clock for the Pacers, and it pays off for Whitmore, who after 3 fresh shot clock attempts, Taquan Whitmore finally buries one down the hatch from the top of the key from 3. And that's a big bucket there for the Pacers, 74-68. Pacers back up 6. Greensboro's had it all the way down to 2 this half. But the Pacers have since stolen it right back a little bit here and there. There's now another miss by Greensboro on the other end. Will end up in the hands of Whitmore on the rebound. John Burwell comes up the floor, up and around Collins. And now he's going to wave off the shot. That foul on Grayson Collins. Foul number 2 for Collins. Dorsey will check out for Greensboro. Greensboro scoreless in the last minute and a half. Gaylord will pass inside. Now they're going to call a travel on John Burwell. Pacers still up 6, 8:13 to go. KJ Langley will get it down to Collins. Pump fake left side. He gets the 3 to go. No good on the 3 attempt, as it was contested by Tyson Sellers. Sellers on the other end goes up and gets the layup up and in. As the pace picking up here and there. Pacers on top by 8. They've maintained the lead. Greensboro has had it down to 2. 3 short. That one from Pfeiffer. And now tipped away from Trey Bryant and into the hands of KJ Langley. Back to Greensboro it goes. And now a nice assist by Langley as he gets it down to Brown, and Brown puts it right in the hoop. And now 7:30 to go. Pacers up 6, 76-70. Greensboro hot on their heels. Gaylord to Bo Bryant. Bo Bryant from 3, no good. Collins on the rebound for Greensboro. Collins goes up and gets it to go, and now that lead down to 4 for the Pacers, 76-72. As now we've hit the 7-minute mark. Burwell goes up the right side and gets it to go. And now back out to 6. That Pacer lead goes at 6:44 to go here in the second half. Langley receives the pass near midcourt. He's guarded by Mikel Gaylord very closely, I might add. Almost a strip by Gaylord. Langley trying to work it, passes it to the left side. Collins, and that's a walk on Collins. Turnover Greensboro. And with 6:25 to go, Pacers lead at 78-72. We're going to take a quick media timeout. With 6:25 to go, Pacers lead by 6. We'll be right back on the Pacers Sports Network. 6:25 left in the second half here on senior day for the Pacers, 78-72. Pacers have led most of the way. However, Greensboro has had it down all the way to 2. This half, Pacers have led by as much as 18. In a game that's been mostly piece-led, Greensboro has had some runs here and there, 3 notable ones that has kept them in this game. Cam Ferguson misses from 3, but Gaylord on the rebound and a fresh shot clock for the Pacers. As we saw that benefit them as they had like 3 fresh shot clocks given to them a few possessions ago. Bo Bryant on the 3, no good. And now that'll be Williams for Greensboro to come down with it. Peaks takes a 3. He opened the half with 2 back-to-back. Doesn't get that one to go. And now John Burwell with 5:45 to go. It'll be Pacer ball. Pacers up 6, 78-72. And now a sharp pass to Mikel Gaylord from the left corner. Assist to Cam Ferguson on the bounce pass. And Mikel Gaylord makes this a 9-point game, 81-72. As the Pacers will try and separate themselves here late and take this to the finish with 5:18 to go. Collins on the other end doesn't get the roll. Pacer ball. As Burwell brings it up, he'll pick up the dribble. And he'll slow down the pace just a bit as we approach the 5-minute mark now in the second half. Gaylord to Burwell. Burwell on the right side. Guarded by Williams, picks up his dribble. Bo Bryant loses it. Now some Greensboro substitutions after the Peace turnover. Pacers on a 5-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds as we now have 4:53 to go. They lead it now by 9, 81-72. So McCabe brings it up. Gets it inside. Meerdings out to Williams, left side. He hit some good shots early in this game. Comes up empty there. As Burwell, nice move. As he almost lost possession. Tyrell Jr. from the left corner. He's hit a few out there, not that time. Pfeiffer comes down with it. McCabe receives the pass. McCabe up on Cam Ferguson, picks up his dribble, gets it back out to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer thought about a 3, drives on Trey Bryant. Out to the right side. And now that's going to be a foul on Kevin Meertings as he loses his footing. Pacers working on a 5-0 run that they've held over the last 3 minutes and 2 seconds of play. Greensboro scoreless over that period of time as Cam Ferguson brings it past midcourt as he gets it to Burwell just in front of the stands. Burwell double team and gets locked up. Kevin Meerdings on the strip, but also gets the foul. Meerdings, who was called for a travel just a little while ago, and now we're going to take a media timeout with 4 minutes to go. Pacers lead it by 9, 81-72. We'll be right back and resume play right here on the Pacers Sports Network. This will be John Burwell with a few free throws here for Peace coming out of the media timeout. We've got 4 minutes to go here from the Herm. Burwell misses there on the 1-and-1 attempt. So the lead will stay right where it is at 81-72. Pacers up 9. Greensboro's had it down to as much as 2 this half. But the Pacers have since separated themselves slowly but surely there. But Greensboro hits a bucket right there. Brings it back within 7, 81-74.
Come on, Chris.
Sellers on the right side. He's had a little trouble scoring today. Bryant to Burwell. Burwell with a floater near the free throw line. Doesn't get it. Tyrell Jr. Sellers from 3. No good. The Sellers now 4 of 13, 0 of 5 from 3. He does have 3 rebounds as well, though. Now from the left side, that'll cut things to 4, or 5, I should say, 81-76. As we're now under 3 minutes to go, 2:54. And now soft bounce pass intended for Trey Bryant, stolen away. Williams on the Greensboro end. It's tied up with John Burwell, and that's going to be a foul on the floor. That one on Burwell. Eric Peaks on the steal there. That was his second of the game. That was foul number 3 for John Burwell. Sellers and Tyrell Jr. will check out. Cam Ferguson and Bo Bryant will check in off the Pacer bench. 2:41 to go, 81-76 the score. Pacers number 2 in the Eastern standings of the USA South. Coming off of a 6-game win streak into this game. Now, missed shot down low. Now it'll be Pacer ball after ball came down and hit Dorsey in the face or something like that. He's good to go, and he's going to stay out into the game. Official just gave him a minute to regroup. It will be Pacer ball, 2:36 to go. Pacers hanging on to a 5-point lead. They've hung on to the lead most of the game, but Greensboro has had their runs that made you think they might be getting back into this, but since then Peace has separated just a little bit slowly but surely. They're now scoreless in the last 3 minutes or so, however, but not anymore, as Trey Bryant puts this up and in. It was a little bit of a cold streak for both Greensboro and Peace, and now Trey Bryant ends the cold spout there for the Pacers, and he'll get one more free throw as well, as that'll put the Pacers up 7, 83-76. Now a made free throw here from Bryant would make it an 8-point lead, and it doesn't go. Pacers 72.7% so far today from the free throw line. They average about 73.4, so they're just a little under that average. Now after a bucket on the Greensboro end from Meerdings, he now has 11 points. That'll put things at a 5-point game. Peace up 83-78. Under 2 minutes to go, 1:53 to be exact. Gaylord goes around a pick from Bryant. Pass over to Burwell, right side. Burwell drives on Dorsey, and that's going to be a foul on Meerdings. That'll send John Burwell to the line. It's now Tyson Sellers, senior forward, will check in for senior shooting guard Cam Ferguson. Ferguson with just 9 points today, all of them from 3, as he's 3 from 10. All of his attempts coming from beyond the arc. First shot from Burwell is good, and that'll put things out to a 5-point lead here for the Pacers. Or a 6-point lead, 84-78.
Get that right leg around.
Burwell, second shot good. And now Pacers up 7. They've been up as much as 18 today. Greensboro's also had it down to as much as 2. As Peaks misses from the left corner. Remember, he opened the half with 2 back-to-back threes. Sellers on the other end goes up and gets the roll. Now we'll take a quick timeout as Tyson Sellers hits a nice bucket on the other end. He was looking for a foul as well, didn't get one. And now with 1:22 left in this one, the Pacers lead it 87-78. We'll take a quick break and come right back on the Pacers Sports Network. Big Greensboro ball coming out of the timeout. 1:22 to go after Tyson Sellers took us into the timeout with a nice bucket on the Pacer steal and breakaway. And now Cam Ferguson in for Tyson Sellers. As a floater attempt no good for Pfeiffer, but he gets his own miss, puts it right back in. And now Greensboro will take a quick timeout as they trail 7 with just over a minute to play, 1:06 to be exact. Following a win today, the Pacers would host their first game of the USA South Conference Tournament next weekend. As obviously we don't know who they would play just yet, but we do know that if they win today, they would host here at home in the Herm. And if you're wondering about the progress that the Pacers have made since last year, if you don't follow it that closely, I mean, last year they finished with an overall record of 13-13 and a conference record of 9-8 and third in the East Division. And this year, they're currently 13-11, and if they win today, they're 14-11. They're 7-4 in the USA South, and they're second place in that Eastern Division. So it's definitely progress, to say the least, here for the Pacers. So now, good ball movement on their side of things. Just under a minute to play, 53 seconds. They lead by 7. They need a bucket here to potentially seal the deal. 12 on the shot clock, and now Burwell. Pass intended for Bo Bryant, but that's going to be a foul on Meertings. That'll send John Burwell to the line.
10-5.
He leads scoring today for the Pacers with 22 points. He's 8 of 14 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. He's 6 of 7 from the line, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals in about 31 minutes of play here today, as he leads that total as far as minutes played for each of the Pacers today. He hits his first shot. That'll put the Pacers up 8. 46.1 seconds to go. Shot good for Burwell, and now the Pacers go up 9 with 45 seconds to go. 89-80. Pfeiffer brings it up, gets fouled, and now he's going to the line for one shot, as that was a big play for Greensboro. As now a made free throw here from Michael Pfeiffer, senior forward from Eden, North Carolina. If he makes his free throw here, there would be a 2-possession game. 89-82 the current score with 40.6 seconds to go. Pfeiffer's free throw is good, so 2-possession game it is. As the Pacers lead is cut to 6. It's been cut as much as 2 this half, but that was a while ago. So now Claude Shields will take a quick timeout with 40 seconds to go, as this is a big possession. Even though they lead by 6, it's a big possession coming up for the Pacers. With 40 seconds to go, still plenty of time for a turnover, a 3, and then just like that, Greensboro's right back into this thing. We were talking about the progress of the Pacers in the last break. Not only have they improved on their overall record, their conference record, and where they stand divisionally, I mean, they've made progress this season, because if you recall, the season did not start out all that great for the Pacers. They lost 8 of their first 10 games, and then they turned around and they've won 8 of their last 11, so a complete turnaround for this Pacer squad.
That's not good. That's supposed to be 2 seconds at least. They didn't check. None of the 3 worked. So they don't know. 2 seconds. Clock started.
So now we get the clock squared away. So now they get the clock squared away with 40 seconds to go. 89-83 the score. So we've still got a pause in play. As the clock should be 41.3, and now it's been corrected. Ferguson will be the one to pass it in. He gets it to Burwell. Now right back to Ferguson. Greensboro in a full court press. 35 seconds to go, as Gaylord will now get fouled by McCabe. And now that'll send Mikkel Gaylord to the line. First shot rattles out for Gaylord, so 0 of 1 there.
We have 2 timeouts. Yes, thanks.
Gaylord, a 75.9% free throw shooter, as his second one's in the air and good. So 1 of 2 from the line there for Gaylord. And now Pfeiffer charges it straight up the court. Now a 3-pointer from McCabe. And now 23.4 seconds to go. Potentially a missed call there for Greensboro, as they were looking for a foul. As you could clearly hear hand-to-hand contact made, so officials may have missed one there, but it'll go in the Pacers' favor, as with 23.4 seconds to go and a 90-83 lead, they'll take a pair of free throws. This will be John Burwell at the line. And now the Pacers go up 8. Shot clock is down. Second one from Burwell, good. So Pacers lead 9 with 23.4 seconds, and that'll pretty much do it as the shot clock is down. Pfeiffer brings it up the floor hard. Kicks out, and a 3-pointer from the top of the key and deep. No good for Meerdings. And Gaylord brings it up and brings it around, and he'll just let the clock expire. And so on senior day, the Pacers add to their win streak, and they'll finish out the regular season with a 7-game win streak, a 14-11 record, and 8-4 USA South record. Not to mention they're also 8-4 here at home. And so following a win here today, the Pacers will host their first game of the USA South Conference Tournament next weekend. But as for today, the final 83-92. East wins it by 9. And of course, we honored our seniors, Trey Bryant, Cam Ferguson, Mikkel Gaylord, Tyson Sellers, and DeAndre Thomas, on concluding a great season here in their senior regular season. And now there's more for them on the way in the postseason. But until then, we hope you enjoyed your time on the Pacers Sports Network. And until then, goodbye from Raleigh.